Wait, didn't we just do this? If you are one of the millions of people who literally just unboxed the AirPods Pro 3 a couple of months ago, you might want to sit down for this. We have some news that is honestly a little bit frustrating, but undeniably exciting. Even though the ink is barely dry on the receipt for the third generation, leaks are already pouring in about the AirPods Pro 4, and we aren't just talking about a new charging case or a different shade of white. We are talking about a complete reinvention of what an earbud is supposed to do. We are hearing reports of release dates, price hikes, and, this is going to sound crazy, cameras. Yes, actual cameras inside your ears. Today, we are going to break down exactly why Apple is rushing to get this next generation out, and why the AirPods Pro 3 might actually go down in history as the shortest-lived flagship audio product Apple has ever made. But before we get to the sci-fi features of the future, we have to understand the weird spot we are in right now. Context is everything. Let's rewind the clock. The original AirPods Pro dropped back in 2019, and they were an instant icon. Then, we waited 3 long years until 2022 for the second generation. That was a massive leap forward because of the H2 chip. That chip was magic. It took active noise cancellation to a level where you could basically mute the world. It was a hardware upgrade that you could actually hear. Fast forward to 2025, we finally got the AirPods Pro 3. And let's be honest with each other for a second. The reaction? It was mixed. If you have them, you know that while they are fantastic headphones, calling them a third generation feels like a bit of a stretch. It is more like the AirPods Pro 2.5. Why? Because under the hood, we didn't get a new engine. It is still rocking that same H2 chip from years ago. Sure, the design is better. Apple did a phenomenal job reshaping the buds to fit more comfortably in your ears. That design change alone helps block out more noise passively. And because they are slightly larger, we got a nice little bump in battery life. But in terms of raw computing power, it is the same beast as before. Think of it like the PlayStation 5 versus the PS5 Slim. It looks different, it fits better in your entertainment center, but it plays the exact same games at the exact same speed. That is exactly where we are with the AirPods Pro 3. They are refined, they are polished, but they aren't revolutionary. And that is exactly why this news about the AirPods Pro 4 is catching everyone off guard. It looks like Apple knows that the current generation is just a stopgap. They are preparing something massive. According to reliable leaks, including reports from top industry analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, the AirPods Pro 4 are on target for a release much sooner than the usual 3-year cycle. We are looking at late 2026, that is essentially 1 year after the release of the Pro 3. For Apple, a company that usually drags its feet on audio updates, that is lightning fast. So, why the rush? What could possibly be so important that they need to replace their flagship earbuds so quickly? The answer lies in 2 major upgrades, and the first one sounds like something straight out of a spy movie. Infrared cameras. Now, when you hear cameras on AirPods, you probably imagine taking selfies with your ears, which sounds ridiculous. But that is not what this is about. These rumors suggest that Apple is integrating infrared sensors and camera modules directly into the earbuds to scan the environment around you. This unlocks 2 game-changing features. First, let's talk about control. We have all been there, trying to adjust the volume or skip a track by awkwardly swiping or pinching the stem of the AirPod. It works, but it's not perfect, especially if you are wearing gloves or your hands are wet. With these new sensors, the AirPods Pro 4 could introduce spatial hand gestures. Imagine being able to just wave your hand in the air near your ear to turn up the volume, or snap your fingers to pause a track, without ever actually touching the device. It takes the hands-free concept to a literal level. But the second application for these cameras is where the real money is. It's all about Apple Intelligence. We know Apple is going all in on AI. By putting cameras in your ears, your AirPods become a set of smart eyes. They could theoretically see what you are looking at. Imagine walking down a street in a foreign country, looking at a menu and asking Siri, "What is this dish?" Because the AirPods can see the text via these sensors, Siri could whisper the translation or the description right into your ear instantly. It is the same technology we see in smart glasses, but without the need to wear a bulky frame on your face. This is Apple trying to make augmented reality invisible. They want the tech to disappear until you need it. It is an incredibly ambitious move, and it explains why they wouldn't want to wait until 2028 to release it. The tech world is moving too fast, and Apple wants to be the leader in wearable AI. However, cameras are only half the story. The other major upgrade is what audiophiles have been screaming for. We are finally expecting the retirement of the H2 chip. The AirPods Pro 4 are rumored to debut with the all-new H3 silicon. This isn't just a number bump. The H3 chip is going to be critical for processing all that data from the cameras. But for music lovers, it means one thing: lossless audio. While the current AirPods sound great, they are still limited by Bluetooth bandwidth. The H3 chip, paired with Apple's proprietary transmission technology, could finally unlock true, high-fidelity audio over a wireless connection. This chip will also completely overhaul active noise cancellation. The H2 chip is great, but the H3 is expected to double the sample rate. That means the AirPods will listen to the outside world thousands of times per second, more than they do now, instantly creating anti-noise frequencies to block out sounds that the current generation struggles with, like sharp, high-pitched noises or the erratic clatter of a busy coffee shop. It is about creating a true bubble of silence. So, let's put the puzzle pieces together. We have a new chip, we have infrared camera sensors, and we have advanced AI integration. It sounds amazing, but there is a catch. There is always a catch, and in this case, it is going to be the price. Right now in the US, you can pick up the AirPods Pro 3 for around $250. If you hunt for deals during Black Friday, maybe you snag them for a bit less. But with the amount of hardware they are jamming into the Pro 4, that price point is likely going to vanish. Analysts are predicting a price hike, pushing the standard cost up to around $300. This creates a fascinating lineup for Apple. It is very possible that they don't discontinue the Pro 3. Instead, we might see a tiered system. The AirPods Pro 3 stays as the entry-level Pro model for people who just want great sound and a comfy fit. And then, sitting above it, the AirPods Pro 4 becomes the Ultra version, the device for people who want the cameras, the AI features, and the H3 chip. So the big question is it worth the wait? If you are sitting there with a pair of first-generation AirPods Pro, or maybe the second generation, and you are thinking about upgrading to the Pro 3 right now, you have a tough choice. The Pro 3 is comfortable, it's reliable, and it's here today. But it is also, technologically speaking, already peaking. It is the best version of yesterday's technology. The AirPods Pro 4, arriving in late 2026, represents tomorrow's technology. It is a shift from listening devices to spatial computing devices. It is genuinely rare for Apple to disrupt their own release schedule like this. Usually, we can set our watches by their 3-year cycle. The fact that leaks are pointing to an accelerated timeline tells us that Apple believes these new features, specifically the cameras and the AI, are too important to delay. They know the market is hungry for something that feels like a real leap forward, not just a slim version of a console we already own. We are looking at a release window of September to December 2026. It seems far away, but in the world of tech development, that is right around the corner. I want to turn this over to you guys now. I'm really curious about the camera feature. Does the idea of having sensors in your ears creep you out? Or do you think it's the future of how we interact with Siri? And would you pay $300 for AirPods just to get hand gesture controls? The landscape of audio is changing, and it looks like our earbuds are about to become a lot smarter and a little more watchful. As we get more concrete leaks and renders, we will be the first to break them down for you, so you don't waste your money on outdated tech. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.